Well, our goal at the Canadian Embassy is to offer to Vietnamese consumers all the types of fruits, vegetables, and agricultural products that we produce. But for now, we have two products that are selling very well in the Vietnamese market that have been here for a few years. One of them is ambrosia apples, which are selling quite well in the country so far, at a small volume but growing every year, and competing with ambrosia apples from the US and other apples from other countries as well. And also, more recently, we've started selling larger volumes of Canadian cherries of excellent quality, which arrive here by plane. And I believe last year we sold in Vietnam almost $500,000 worth of Canadian cherries.
Can you also give us some criteria of Canadian fruits for exporting to Vietnam? Have those criteria met the requirements of Vietnam in terms of food safety?
Well, we're very proud to say in Canada that once our agricultural products have cleared our domestic inspection systems and our domestic requirements, they are ready for export in just about every country in the world, including Vietnam. And we think that it speaks to the quality and incredible safety of our food products that they are exported directly from Canada to just about every market in the world, including some of the strictest markets, including the United States, Japan, and the European Union, without any problems. So we do not have a specific set of criteria to export to Vietnam. Vietnam is just as demanding a market as other markets, so our fruit, once it is approved by our Canadian authorities, is ready for sale in Vietnam.
With the information of Chinese grapes and apples having dangerous preserving chemicals being sold in many places in Vietnam, can you tell us the difference between the Canadians and US label and stamp? Have you got any suggestions to the Vietnamese customer in terms of buying authentic and good quality of Canadian fruits?
Well, it's very difficult for consumers to taste whether a fruit has some residual chemicals or not, because that usually is a job done by labs. And so the individual consumer, just by tasting a cherry, can taste a good quality cherry, but it's hard to say when you're tasting one if the cherry has been produced in completely safe conditions. So for individual buyers, when you go to a food shop, any food shop that sells Canadian cherries, if you're told they're Canadian cherries, you should ask to see the labeling. For example, here, we've got a box of Canadian cherries that was produced in the province of British Columbia. Now, of course, the cherries look very, very nice. They look beautiful. They are exceptionally nice cherries and very tasty. But in order to be sure that they are real Canadian cherries, you should ask to see the original packaging. Ask to see the box they came in. Check the category, the language on the box, the addition of a Vietnamese language label, and the coordinates of the original producer in Canada. If you want to, you can even ask the shop to show you their certificate of import and the documentation that was prepared by their importer. And that will allow you generally to differentiate between completely safe, high-quality Canadian cherries and cherries that may have been produced in a less secure or less strict market.
Thank you.
Thank you.